What's up, YouTube? I wasn't gonna get this watch, but I got sold on so many of the details. Let's check it out. A DWE-5600 G-Shock watch. Let's go. Alright, so let's unbox this puppy. I just got it recently, a couple days ago, and I'm going around and finally got the chance to open it and do a video on it. So I did some research on this watch, and like I said, I wasn't sold. The price is hefty. It is $340 US to buy this puppy. And it's not releasing in the US. It's actually just releasing only in Japan and Europe. So I did order this one from Spain, and I'm super excited. Actually, nice job packaging this. Protected it. Some additional packaging. That's nice. Good job. Let me open it up. Like I said, I wasn't gonna buy it. I'm pretty shocked with the price. The sticker price on this puppy is quite expensive, but I did some research, and the fact that it's not coming to the US and the details of this watch sold me. And I'll talk briefly as I review it, what I'm referring to. Here's the invoice, and here is the actual watch. Now, like I said, I haven't opened it. The first time doing it, here it is, the G-Shock Carbon Core Guard DWE-5600CC-3. So, and just in reference, the DWE is a new module they've created. It's a carbon core guard watch, which is different from the old 5600 watches. Now, the 5600 is your standard 5600 watch with the new addition of the module changes. And then you have the CC3, 3 being green, and CC, my guess, is the carbon core. So here it is, G-Shock Carbon Core Guard. Now, we've known the carbon core guard. It was introduced a couple of years ago, I believe, with some of the newer modules like the GA2100 module and also the GWRB1000 modules. As you guys know, those are the new carbon core guard. And now they've carried that on to the 5600, which is the traditional, original G-Shock module. Now, that's huge because they're changing their ways and they're presenting something different to the G-Shock community. So without rambling on, let me show you guys this here. Here's the module number, the SKU, DWE-5600CC-3, ER for European version. There's a Japanese and European version, and there's also being released in some other parts of Asia. The 3229 is the module, and that's so important with this G-Shock watch, and I'll explain to you guys shortly why that is. Now, this watch here, you'll see the case is pretty neat. It's got this kind of a flat color design here, but this is cool because the design here looks like a circuit board. It looks like a circuit board design on the box, and that's because the watch itself is designed to look and resemble a circuit board. So let me open this up here on the side. You open it up the flap, and you have the contents, which include the manual, the warranty card, the manual for the 3229 module there, and some instructions on how to actually remove the bezel from the watch. Because like I said, the 3229 module, although it's an old module, the carbon core is a newly redesigned module and includes the way they've installed or placed the bezel. Now, if you open on the other side, this is where you get access to the watch. You pull this out and you have an inner core box. Yeah, I like that. You remove the sleeve, and here it is, the cardboard, the box that contains the watch. Now, look at that. Notice how vibrant that gold metallic is. It's like it has a mirror finish, and it resembles pretty much like I said, a circuit board, which is pretty neat. See that? And it carries on. It's flat on the sides, but it's got that foil, that mirror finish metallic look on the top of the box. But enough about the box, and you guys want to see the watch. And here's where it gets pretty interesting. This watch is a complete box set. For the $340, you do get a complete box set. You get the bezel, you get the original watch with a circuit board design, and you have a secondary black matte band, and then a third band that's kind of pretty neat. It's a nylon band, but it also has a glow in the dark effect. And I'll show you that, guys, one by one. Let's start with the watch here. Remove it from the box. All right. Present to you the DWE-5600. Here's the tag on there. DWE-5600CC-3, 3 for green, 3229 module, and there's your SKU. All right, so a lot going on with this watch. Let's kind of get started and absorb ourselves into the design of this watch. The band itself, they're matte green, but they do have this, again, circuit board design that is pretty vibrant, and it glows. Not doesn't glow, but it's pretty vibrant, the gold colors on that bezel. Carries on into the bezel there. You can see, look at that. You can see the strings and all the circuit board designs, and it's pretty nice. Look at that. And then close the band. The same beautiful design on the band. There. All right, on the back plate, you have a customized DWE-5600 back plate. It looks like a circuit board yet again. All right, and there's a module 3229 carbon core guard. And this is interesting because it's different from the standard back plates. So here's a back plate from a standard DW5600 watch here. See that? This is what I'm customized to seeing, but it looks a little bit different. They've sketched some new designs there. They don't have the G-Shock Resist logo on there. They replaced it with the carbon core guard, and they added some fine detail there with the picture. All right. Now you'll also notice that the DWE-5600 carbon core, as you know from other carbon cores, they have a quick release mechanism on the bands, which is pretty neat because all you gotta do is flip the switch and the band pops up pretty easy, which is pretty neat. Very convenient for either swapping out parts or customizing watches. Now the buckle on here is gold, not real gold, obviously, but gold in color. All right, and let's look at the design of the dial here. It's got this circuit board design as well there, and you notice there the 3229 module displayed on the dial. This is the first I've seen in terms of G-Shock watches. I haven't seen any other ones which actually brand the module on the actual dial. Now there is the military series that they have the I can't remember the module. It might be I can't remember, but they usually put it on the band here, which is pretty cool because it's a military series. But this is the first time I believe I've seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, that I see the module number on the actual dial. And there's a reason to that madness. I'll get to that shortly. But here it is. I'll show you the functions here. You have your home time, timer, stopwatch, and back to your home time. That's it. That's all, guys. That's all you get with this 3229 module. So it's kind of weird that you would pay a hefty price for a watch that you could pretty much pay for a standard 3229 about $100. So it's all about what you need. There's a collectability aspect of this watch. There's the design. There's the additional accessories included, which kind of I understand justifies the watch. Now, if you could get it at a discount, I can accept that. So if you could find it at a discount, I would say jump on this watch. It's not coming to the US, so it's strictly a European and Asian markets. Now, here is where it gets so cool. Notice the design of the bezel. Now, this isn't just designed to look that way. It's specific purpose in mind. Now, I said before, this is a 3229 module, right? This is the component of the module inside the watch that operates the watch, 3229. But they've actually gone ahead and mimicked and copied the actual patterns of the microboard inside of this watch. Now, I have an actual 3229 module that I've opened up just for the purpose of this video. Now, here it is. This is the 3229 module. You see the back here? That's where the battery lays, and this is the actual component that goes inside of the watch. And this is the same one that's inside of this watch. Now, you'll notice here, and let me remove the actual motherboard or the microchip from here, if you want to call it, from the display carefully. I don't want to damage it because it's an operable watch. Remove it, and I'll show you what I'm referencing here. Now, let's get ready. Here it is. Look at that. 3229 module. Now look at that. Do you notice the comparison? Do you notice the similarities? Absolutely. You have that bar on the top there, the bar on the bottom, and you have these little chips there on the side here, the connectors, conductors, whatever you want to call them, right there. Right? So they pretty much are basing the design of this dial to mimic the 3229 module, which is absolutely fantastic. I love how they did that. Now let's check out the backlight, because the backlight doesn't end there. Let me show you guys what the backlight looks like. There it is. There's the backlight there. And it completes the design of that module. You see all those extensions there in the quadrant there. I'm guessing it's supposed to represent those bars there and also this quadrant there. I'm guessing it's my guess, but it's pretty neat how they did that. And I'll get a close-up look of the dial so you guys can take a look at that. There we go, that's a good look. See that? Very nice design, very artistic. I love how they've incorporated that little aspect. I think it's just those touch of details is what sells me on the watches themselves. Is how they incorporate, how they think about it, how they design these watches to get you engulfed in the actual design. But let's not stop there. Like I said, this watch is cool because it has some additional accessories. You have this bezel here. All right, there it is. Just a matte black bezel included with the purchase. Now, if you haven't called it yet, I'll show you now. Notice how this watch doesn't have any screws on the bezel. That's been traditional since the DW5600 G-Shock watch. All the screws, these bezels have always been held on by screws. I'll show you a picture of that there. From the DW5000 down to the DW5600, the GLXs, the DW6900s, all those watches have always had a screw, 1, 2, 3, 4 screws holding down the bezel. So they changed that with this watch. Now they're using a new technology, I want to call it new technology, that holds the bezel from the inside of the watch module. So let me see if I can remove this. I'll remove it and I can show you what I'm referring to. They've actually included a tool inside of this package that helps you remove the actual bezel. But it's pretty simple. Just pretty much lift it from the edges here. And out comes this module, this bezel. You see that? Now here are the grips I was referring to earlier. You have these little indentations there that protrude from the watch case. And they're actually clipped onto the side of the watch right there and snap into place. All right, now here's something new I just noticed when removing the bezel. Like I said, I haven't held this watch in person, but look at that. It's actually transparent. See that? That's pretty neat. That's pretty cool. It's transparent. Not fully transparent, but you can see that it is transparent. You can see my hand right through there. See that? That's pretty cool. Okay. Now, also here new with this module is this G-Shock Shock Resist logo right on the side of the bezel there, of the module. That's new. I haven't seen that before in any other watches, but it's actually seems like it's a glass, probably like glass or something on the side there. I'm not sure what the purpose is. I'm actually curious to open it up and see how that works. And actually, I will open it up. I'm curious to see what that does. If there's anything that does, if it adds any purpose to the watch. So to install this back on, it's pretty simple. Just align the screws on the side of the watch, the buttons there, and then just pretty much flick this open over the buttons, and then snaps into place. And there you have it. It's pretty much feels pretty snug there. It doesn't feel like it'll fall off. Now, I'm curious because this bezel might get flexible with time, maybe with heat. It might get looser or with as you remove it more and more, it might get too out of shape and then it might come off and fall off, but that's only time will tell. I'm sure they've tested that out. All right, the bands themselves are translucent. They're actually the same as the bezel as I showed you. You actually could see through them. And actually, let me show you here. If I put these to the light, right there, look at that. You can see right through the band, which is pretty neat little concept. I like that they did that with this watch. Just adds to the detail. You can see the particles inside of the bands that pretty much resembles and looks like the inside of a microchip or something like that, which is pretty neat. Let's keep going. You also have this cool matte black bands that are included with the purchase, right? So you open up the top here, and then out comes the band like that. Now, this is a standard matte black band, but you do have, like I said earlier, a 3229 module imprinted on the actual band, which I said is standard or common with the old DW5600 G-Shock watches. You have the band or the module printed on the band, which is pretty neat. Now there's not so much not so important, nothing crazy about that band, but this is the one that I think is pretty cool. Let me pull this out of here. There we go. Here it is. The third and final nylon band, which I am very impressed. This is why I was sold on the watch. So also because of the design of the 3229 module on the dial, but because of this band here. Now this looks like a standard band. It does look like a circuit board once again on the bands, but oh, look at guys, got 3229 module printed on there. And I'll show you guys some cool micro shot of both the watches and the bands, but look at that. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's kind of bright in my room, but it actually glows in the dark. And I'll stand corrected. It doesn't glow in the dark. It's actually got this 3M, what you want to call 3M reflective material on the actual bands. I have a flashlight on my camera here, and you can see originally how it looks with the reflection on there. So if you're in the dark, or if you're out and about, you get this reflection in the light, which is pretty neat if you ask me. Pretty neat little design, little concept here going with the watch. And if you actually go on the website, you could see and you can alternate between the different bands digitally on the computer, and you can see how they look on the watch itself. Now personally, I like these bands, but I'm gonna preserve them and either keep them on the original or switch out to the matte black bezel or band just to preserve the condition of the watch. All right, now before I open up the watch to see what's up with that little glass thing on the side, I'm gonna show you some macro shots of this watch because I think it's nice to capture the details. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna see what's going on inside of that dial there. I'll do this carefully because I obviously don't want to damage the watch, right? Brand new. All right, I don't see any design reason behind this structure here that shock resists. Might be just aesthetic for aesthetic purposes, but I don't see why they would do that otherwise. So there you guys have it. I'm gonna put it back together, and boom, back together. All right, put this bezel back on here. And there we go. We're back in business. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know it's lengthy, but I wanted to kind of touch on all the aspects of this design of this DW5600. It's a must-have, in my opinion. A lot going on with it, and it's, I think, historical because it's the first 5600 with carbon core guard, and that is a huge change for Casio. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. This is Chicago. Holla at your boys. Please smash that like button. I pretty much just took apart my watch for the sake of the community. Please, I think I've earned a like. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. If you find me by accident, subscribe. I have a lot of G-Shock content, upcoming releases, reviews, unboxings, and so much other content that I put forward all the time. Comment below if I missed anything in terms of this watch, any details that you guys captured that I missed. I'm not perfect. I try to review this to the best of my ability. Here you have it, the DWE-5600. Thanks so much for watching my channel. There's so many other videos you could watch and you chose me. I love you for that. Till next time, this is Chicago. I'm out of here. Peace.
My G-Shock, I'm rocking 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 my G-Shock.